Welcome back to Grammar Grade 7. This is Unit 2, Lesson 11, and it's the very last lesson of our unit on nouns. You've come a long way with naming words, so let's finish strong with a clever little trick that nouns can do. Sometimes one noun steps right up beside another to explain it, to tell you exactly who or what we mean. That helpful noun has a name, an appositive. Let's take a look. So what exactly is an appositive? An appositive is a noun, or sometimes a pronoun, placed right beside another noun to identify it or add information about it. In other words, it renames the noun next to it. And here's the key. It sits right next to the noun it explains, usually immediately after it. Think of it as one noun quietly explaining another. That's the whole idea of an appositive. Let's look at one. My cousin Lena plays the cello. See the word Lena sitting right after cousin? Lena is the appositive. It renames the noun cousin and tells us exactly which cousin we mean. The main sentence is still, my cousin plays the cello, but Lena slips in to make it clear and specific. One noun, cousin, and a second noun, Lena, that renames it. Often, an appositive brings along a few helper words. When it does, we call the whole group an appositive phrase. That's simply the appositive plus the words that describe it. Look here. My neighbor, a retired airline pilot, tells the best stories. The appositive isn't just one word this time. The entire phrase, a retired airline pilot, renames neighbor. So an appositive phrase is the appositive noun together with all the words that go with it. When an appositive sits in the middle of a sentence, we fence it off with commas, one comma before it and one comma after it. Look at this. Our coach, Mr. Okafor, drew the play. See how a comma stands guard on each side of Mr. Okafor? Those two commas box the appositive in, so the reader knows exactly where the extra information starts and where it stops. One comma before, one comma after. Here's a handy test that proves you found an appositive. Because an appositive only adds extra information, you can lift it right out and the sentence will still make complete sense. Take this. The river, the Nile, flooded the fields. Now, cover up the words, the Nile. What's left? The river flooded the fields. That's still a complete, perfectly good sentence. If you can drop the words between the commas and the sentence still stands, you found an appositive. Every appositive points back to the noun it renames, and the two mean the very same person or thing. Look at this. The author, Maya Cole, signed my book. Maya Cole is the appositive, and it points straight back to the noun author. In fact, the author and Maya Cole are the same person. That's the heart of an appositive. The two nouns sit side by side, and one simply renames the other. An appositive can sit in two spots. When it lands in the middle of a sentence, it needs a comma on both sides, like this. My aunt, a pilot, flew us home. But when the appositive comes at the very end of a sentence, there's nothing after it, so a single comma before it does the job. I finally phoned my aunt, a pilot. Middle of the sentence, two commas. End of the sentence, just one. Let's boil it all down to a quick two-step check. First, ask, is there a noun renaming the noun right beside it? Second, ask, can you drop that word or phrase and still have a complete sentence? If the answer to both is yes, you're looking at an appositive, and it usually gets commas around it. Renames the noun and drops out cleanly. That tells you every time. Let's practice together. Time to practice. In this first set, each sentence contains an appositive, a noun that renames another noun beside it. Read carefully and pick out the appositive. Pause the video and choose before I reveal the answer. My uncle, a firefighter, visited our class. Which part renames the noun beside it? The words a firefighter sit right after uncle and tell us more about him, and you could lift them out and still have my uncle visited our class. So the answer is a firefighter. We studied Saturn, the ringed planet, in science. Look for the noun that renames another noun. The phrase, the ringed planet, comes right after Saturn and renames it, and it's fenced off with commas. So the answer is the ringed planet. The winner, Priya, thanked her teammates. Which noun renames the noun beside it? Priya sits right after winner and tells us exactly who the winner is, boxed in by 2 commas. So the answer is Priya. In this second set, we focus on the commas. Remember, an appositive in the middle of a sentence needs a comma on each side, and one at the end needs a single comma before it. Pause and choose before I answer. Our teacher, Mr. Diaz, smiled. The name Mr. Diaz is an appositive renaming teacher, and it sits in the middle of the sentence. An appositive in the middle needs a comma before it and a comma after it. So the answer is our teacher, comma, Mr. Diaz, comma, smiled. I wrote to Langston, a famous poet. Here, the appositive, a famous poet, comes at the very end of the sentence. Since nothing follows it, you only need 1 comma, placed right before it. So the answer is 1 comma before it. An appositive in the middle of a sentence needs how many commas? Because it's tucked between other words, it has to be fenced off on both sides. 1 comma before and 1 comma after. So the answer is a comma before and after. Let's gather up what we learned. An appositive is a noun placed right beside another noun to rename it or add information about it. When it brings along describing words, the whole group is an appositive phrase. Many appositives are set off with commas. 2 commas when the appositive sits in the middle of a sentence, and 1 comma when it comes at the end. And to test one, just drop it. If the sentence still stands, you found an appositive. That wraps up our whole unit on nouns, and you did wonderfully. Great work today, and I'll see you in the next unit.